Hey everyone, welcome. So we listened to a doozy last night over at Darling Nikki's. Hey Wendy. So yeah, I heard about the drones in the sky. It's like I don't think it's a big deal. It's probably classified military craft or could be aliens, who knows? I don't think it's such a big deal. They make such big deals out of everything on the news. It's so we have a little problem that Darling Nikki was reviewing the last few days. Yeah, 71, that could be it too. So before we get to Melody or whatever the fuck her name is. Wow. Tiffany. You're a disgusting little bitch. Huh? I thought you couldn't get any fucking lower than you get on this platform. You sit around and you make fun of people who get essayed. You send around your prawn links like you're proud, then you cry victim afterwards. You start trouble everywhere you go, pitting one person against the other. No, 71. She just hops from channel to channel. She just hops from channel to channel, 71, and then hides one channel and then goes to another, hides that, and she's playing a game of cat and mouse because she thinks she's better than everyone. But she's a disgusting little fill in a word that you like for that. Yeah, that's a lot of work, you know, a lot of friggin' work. She has to sit there and make fun of essay victims, call them liars. Well, hey, Tiff, if you didn't act the way you do on here, you don't have to hide your channel. Huh? You don't have to run around. If you didn't violate terms of service all the time. It's pretty sad. It's a pretty sad existence to be Tiffany. All right. It's a pretty sad existence. So I thought she went to a new low, making fun of Darling Nikki and using her essay as a crutch to troll. It's even lower. All right. Even lower. I thought she couldn't get any lower. I thought she couldn't get any lower than that. But I was wrong. All right. Every time I think someone cannot get lower on this platform, they go even lower. All right. So then she has a scumbag named JB Gunner on her fucking panel. And we heard what he said, right? He says, in order to get Ard, You got to be attractive. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I heard a rumor going around that JB Gunner calmed the fuck down a little bit and wanted to talk about the cuck. All right. So I made the mistake of letting the son of a bitch up on my panel. Big, big mistake. And I'm absolutely sorry for it. Subjecting everyone here to JB Gunner. Because all he knew how to do was use the N-word. How many times has he used the N-word on my panel? I lost count. All right. Then he started using the F-word. And then started going after people in my chat. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, blah, blah, blah. Then he started going after me for being gay. And I'm like, you're gone. You're gone. This motherfucking drunk who can't even stand up upright for more than a minute is up on my panel. Using the N-word, the F-word, and shit. And then I see a fucking clip of him on one of those fucking, what is it called? Talk shows degrading women in a manner. Hey, Jamie. In a manner that's disgusting, saying that women don't have equal rights. And he sits there and drags them like they're nothing. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So JB Gunner goes up on Tiffany's panel and starts saying, in order to be hard, you have to sit there and be pretty, be attractive. He said that he didn't believe Darling Nikki was hard because she's not good looking enough. Excuse me? Excuse me. A lot of the time, getting hard isn't about sex in general. It's about power. It's about control. It's not about attraction. This is what this dumb fuck doesn't get. Did he ever read the study where 95% of criminals who do this aren't attracted to their victims? Damn, this guy is stupid. Damn. He has this oh. So he's over on Tiffany's and she's over there laughing her ass off like a squeaky little toy. Yeah, weirdos. Like the little weirdos that they are, rejects that society don't want. And Tiffany's over there judging everybody. She's judging everyone for their sex lives, judging everyone for what they do on here. But Tiffany, I news flash. I may have made a lot of mistakes in my life. Never killed anybody. All right? I never mowed someone down with my car. high or whatever you were at the time, and then cried on cue to the police saying, I'm so fucking sorry, it was an accident. I never killed anyone. I never essayed anyone. And you think you're actually better than everyone else over here? Fuck you. And you sit there and you judge Lycan, you judge me, you judge Siren, you judge Robbie. Fuck you. All right? Fuck you, Tiffany. And fuck you, JB Gunner. You two are no one to talk. And you're probably going to respond, Tiffany, and say, oh, I beat my mommy. Really? I never beat my mommy. That's something Natasha Cooper made up. You have nothing. You have zilch, Tiffany. Zilch. And now you're getting Melody. You're filling her ear with spoon-filled bullshit. You're spoon feeding her, whispering in her ear from your slut closet. Huh, Tiffany? Hey, Tracy. She sounds stupid, Tiffany. She sounds stupid. An imbecile. Lunatic. She doesn't know what she's fucking talking about. It was obvious watching 3 fucking days of her getting reviewed. She probably doesn't even know which way's left or which way's right. And she calls herself a fucking doctor? A doctor. I'd like to see your credentials, Melody. That you're actually a doctor of some kind. Hey, Wyoming. I'd actually like to see your credentials that you're actually a doctor, because at this point, I don't believe it. I'm going to tell you why, Melody. I don't believe you're a doctor. Because you're so dense and stupid. Who would give you a medical license to practice medicine of any kind? I don't think you'd pass the test. Melody is Mel Lycan. One of Tiffany and Amy's little buds. So she gets up and makes 2 hours 45 minutes live stream, and she makes a fucking fool of herself. She takes my live, she takes screenshots from Robbie's, she takes screenshots from Lycan's, Nikki's, puts them all together, and she can't even put a story together. It was so inaccurate. And guess what? She scratches off, don't go real life on anyone. Do you want someone to go real life on you, Melody? Is that why you crossed it out? It seems to me that's one conclusion I can come to. You want someone to go real life on you or something, or you want someone to go real life on Tiffany or something, because I don't know. You didn't even explain that in your live stream. Yeah, it was a real mess, Wyoming. Real mess. She couldn't even put two sentences together without even making a whole world of sense. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, Mel? So I like to see your credentials. All right. You can scratch off your last name or whatever. We're not interested in doxing you over here. But I want to see that you have a license. You passed the test to become a medical professional in Canada or wherever you're from. Because we had someone in this community. I don't think I have to mention her name, but she claims that she was a nurse. No, she wasn't a nurse. She was a nurse's aide. She cleaned up after the patients. So, what are you, Melody? A doctor's assistant? You clean up after the doctor or something? Is that what you do for a living? Hey, Kimberly. No, I don't think so either, Wyoming. Because especially if you live in Canada, you would get into the field of medicine or psychiatry or whatever field. You would do it because you care. Because in Canada, doctors don't make a whole lot of money. It's not like in the US where you become a doctor and it's not like it. It's not like here where you make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. You're well off if you're a physician. In Canada, they make peanuts per patient at a fixed rate. It's good for the patient, bad for the medical professionals. It's a raw deal. So, since Melody, hey Nikki, so in Canada, you become a doctor or a nurse or a psychiatrist because you give a shit about your patients or you give a shit about humanity in general. That's just how I view it. You're not getting into it for the money because there's not a lot of money being a doctor in Canada. All right. These are just plain old facts. I looked at the figures. There's a problem with the system in Canada. There are doctors that are leaving for the US because they can't make ends meet a lot of the time. My aunt's doctor is Canadian. He left because the system gave the patients a good deal, but he got the raw end of the stick. All right. So Melody here is sitting there treating people like shit. So that's another reason why I don't believe you're a doctor, Melody. You see, we use common sense and logic over here too, something you don't seem to have a clue about. And then you say, hey, Gladys, so you seem to sit there and believe everything Amy says, everything Tiffany says, everything the little street rat says. Yes, she did, Gladys, unfortunately. She said she was a doctor or something like that. And I said, I don't buy it. I want to see proof that she's a fucking doctor. Hey, Spooky. It's been a while. Hope everything's good with you. So I don't believe it. I have to see documentation in order to change my position on this. And Melody. Dr. Mel. I'm not calling her a doctor. Are you fucking kidding me? Especially with that impairment of a brain. She puts she thinks 2 times 2 is 20. You know, it's she can't even do a simple math equation like that and get it right. And while I was watching Nikki the last few days, I'm like thinking to myself, was I this bad when I first started my channel? My self-awareness started to kick in. And I'm saying, me listening to Amy the way I did for little bits of info, did I actually fuck up too many times? But here's some advice, Mel. All right. I agree with you on that, Nikki. Mel is one of a kind. And even I asked Robbie that question. All right. Was I that bad? Was I that bad? Of course, I made a few mistakes in the beginning. Nobody's perfect. But I didn't act like you, Melody. I just didn't lick people's asses. Listen to them without anything to back it up. And then come on a lot and then push the live button. And start shooting off my mouth. So, Mel, I have a question for you. All right. Did you ever ask your friend Tiffany or your friend Amy or anyone that hangs out with them for proof of anything? And the little proof that you did provide for us to review, you know what that was? You know what that was, Melody? They were big nothing burgers. Hey, Sam. Hey, Bud. They were big nothing burgers. Lonnie sent me a bunch of nothing burgers. She tried to tell me that Gladys was talking shit about me in mod chat one time. I look at the screenshots and I'm saying, Gladys isn't talking shit about me. She's asking a few questions. She has the right to ask questions. Damn. Gladys isn't talking shit about me. Jason, oh my God. You said idiot of the month. No, that's Mel. Our little friend Mel. She's clueless. She sits there and gets spoon-fed info by Amy, by Tiff. And then she sits there and repeats everything and she doesn't even understand it. She doesn't go check for herself or look for herself. She just sits there and yeah, Gladys, she sent me screenshots and they meant absolutely nothing. You know? You know, it was like Okay, so what? There are big nothing burgers. You know? Same thing here. She's taking small little bits of info from Robbie and turning it into a big molehill of nothing. Hey, Mel. I know you're probably watching, so let me give you a nice lesson in life. Okay? You're probably not going to get it because I don't think you have the mental capacity. I could be wrong, but you stated, all right? You stated for the record that with a disgusting look on your face, and I'm gonna disagree with darling Nikki halfway here when it came to her face. She didn't only look disgusted. She didn't only look disgusted. It was like, am I doing this? She looked embarrassed too, you know? It was that combo look that got me. And I'm like, so, Melody. I went up on darling Nikki's panel because I had something to say to you. We don't believe Tiffany. We don't believe Amy. We don't believe some of the people that they hang out with, especially that JB Gunner asshole. And I'm going to tell you why we don't believe them. All right? There's something called the story of the boy who cried wolf. Okay? And if you read that story, the boy cried wolf too many times. And Amy and Tiffany cried wolf too many times. We should change it to the girl who cried wolf. Because after a while, when they cried wolf and there was no wolf, people stopped coming or stopped believing them. So when Tiffany started playing her shit little games with Robbie, all right, Mel, about her getting her ass beat, we were very, very skeptical that she was telling the truth. Now, is there a chance that she could be telling the truth? Yeah, 1% chance. 1%. 1%, maybe 2%, which is very unlikely. All right. However, he decided to probably send a photoshopped copy. Hey, Angela. He decided to send probably what, in my opinion, to be a Photoshop copy of her face. And she actually told Robbie, I published the screenshots. Oh, yes, I did. Mel. That actually you actually got right. Oh, you're damn right I did. Because I don't believe Tiff. She's playing this little game of cat and mouse with Robbie. She fucked around. She found out. And now she's crying like a little baby. All right. So if there was that 2% chance that she was telling the truth with that Photoshop photo, in my opinion. And what did Robbie do? He called the cops. And she's crying because she was saying she was getting her ass beat. Doesn't that fall under too bad? You tell someone that you're in danger, that a crime is happening right now, and then you go ballistic. You go ballistic after someone calls you help. Now, does that make sense to anyone in chat? Does this scenario make any sense? So you have Tiffany claiming she's getting her ass beat, and then bitches and whines when the police arrive right after they leave. Does this make sense of someone who's getting abuse? Thank you, Mike. But does it make any sense to someone that was telling the truth? It sure doesn't to me. If it was really happening, if there was an actual DV situation, in my opinion, and the police arrived to break it up, wouldn't a female or male in that situation be grateful and at least say publicly thank you for intervening? Even if she whispered it behind the scenes and didn't go just didn't say anything publicly. But here's what Tiffany did do. She went screaming, going all erratic, screaming at Robbie for calling the cops. Yeah, whispers from the slut closet, Jason. Whispers from the slut closet. I don't buy it, Tiffany. Your actions and what you said doesn't make any fucking sense. All right? It doesn't make any sense. Now you think we're a bunch of fucking idiots over here, but we're not. We actually have the mental capacity to think and analyze. Damn. And that photo that you showed, that other photo that you showed Robbie, please. You were probably crying because you're getting your ass handed to you on a live stream. And your lips, you were puckering up. You either burnt your lip with your meth pipe, or the doctor botched up your lip injections. Could be a cold sore too, for all we know. They looked horrible. I didn't see one black and blue mark on your neck your face. I didn't even see a red mark. You lying piece of shit. So now you have to sit there and so Tiffany has to sit there and yeah, of course, Mike. She probably does them herself. She probably gets the cheapest stuff possible so she could spend the rest of her money on meth. So Melody, why don't you learn a lesson? All right, when listening to a meth whore and an angry little Karen from Arizona, why don't you ask for proof of everything? All right, and make sure it means what they're saying it means. Damn. The only thing you're doing is making a fucking fool of yourself, and we're either laughing at you or we're asking ourselves, what the fuck is wrong with you? We're not sitting there jumping up and down saying home run. You fucking got everything wrong. Almost everything wrong, but and the stuff that you did get wrong, what that you did get right, excuse me, were like meaningless. Damn, girl. Damn, you know? And let me just say this, all right? Darling Nikki never doxed your ass, Melody. Okay? She never doxed you. I never seen her release anything besides your last, not your last name, not your address, nothing, just your first name. That's not a dox, Melody. Damn, this girl's stupid. Why don't you look up, Melody, the definition of the word dox? Oh, this girl is. I swear, I swear, this girl doesn't know the definitions of words that she uses, and then sits there and points the finger. Bingo. But Tiffany and Amy have no problem doxing Nikki here. Hypocrite much, Melody. So Tiffany and Amy can do whatever the fuck they want to do. But darling Nikki sits there and can't do anything. She has to sit there and be perfect little angel. Oh my goodness, Gladys. That's pretty funny. Her lips. What a lollipop what a lollipop looks like after being struck. So Melody, are you going to grow some? Are you going to get those brain cells back that were fried? Because I could always play the old video of Tiffany white knighting for real predators. I can always play that for you, Melody. She actually there was this guy, I think his name was Daniel Marion Mitchell. Does anyone remember him or heard about what Tiffany did? So this Mitchell guy, he was taking videos from McDonald's, fast food joints, wherever, from the park. And he was uploading them on YouTube. Hey, Missy K. So he was uploading them to YouTube. And making sick, disgusting commentary about children. So then Tiffany gets up on goes live and says, Daniel Marion Mitchell did not go into a McDonald's. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't give a shit if he went into a McDonald's or not. That commentary that this scuzz bucket did was totally uncalled for, totally disgusting. And we have a girl years ago sticking up for the guy. And now we have Melody here that's taking information from her like it's gospel truth. Damn, she's dumb. All you got to do is put in Tiffany's name and you'll see lots of videos of what she's all about. She's been at it for 10 fucking years. So I guess Melody, you support racism, homophobia. You support that too. You support children getting abused. So that's number 3. You support SA. That's number I'm gonna stop counting because you support it. You sit there with clowns that think it's funny to drag someone to their SA, and then you sit there and call them liars. What proof do you have that Darling Nikki is lying? Please. Come on. Where's your proof? And that goes for Amy and Tiffany. I never seen any proof that she was lying. Oh, her story keeps changing. The only two people's story that's changing is Amy and Tiffany. Those are the only 2 people I'm seeing here where their stories are changing. Now, the only thing that I've heard, and Nikki has admitted this, the only thing with the BCF situation was when she claimed she told BCF that she was almost a victim and she got away. Because she admitted she said that because she chickened out and didn't want to talk about it. That's the only time She really got into it on here. She really opened up about it. And darling Nikki doesn't have to talk about shit. Something like that is can a mod get rid of the troll, please? Thank you. So I'm sure when darling Nikki gets done reviewing the rest of Mel Mel's live, we'll all be puking in disgust. She's just that stupid. She's just that dumb. So we'll be puking our asses off or feel nauseous as hell. But hey, Melody, you could sit there and be an idiot and believe everything you're told without any proof whatsoever. Be sent whatever they feel like sending you. You don't check anything out for yourself. Go on YouTube and make a fool of yourself. That's all on you. All right. But I know there's something deep down inside of you. I've seen the expressions on your face where you're embarrassed. You do have a conscience. And perhaps you should listen to that little voice in your head saying what you're doing is wrong. How would you like it if someone did that to you, Melody? Of course, you'd be screaming off. You'd be screaming on the top of the roof to anyone who'd listen. And you'd be a fucking hypocrite, wouldn't you? Some rules for the rules apply to everyone else, but a certain select few of people. This is how it goes, Melody. It's do unto others as you want done unto you, not do unto me as I want done unto me. No one died and made you queen. This isn't Burger King. You cannot have everything on here your way. If you want things your way, Melody, you go find a Burger King and go through the drive-thru. And you can have your burger or your meal done your way. Life doesn't work that way. Damn, I'm just sick of these two-timing, backstabbing idiots that think, oh, the rules apply to everyone else but the special selected few. And then when it's done to them, it's like bloody murder. But it's how dare you? But then they make an excuse in their head why it's acceptable for them to do it. Damn. Now I want to I waited to respond to this because Trisha, you're not that important. All right? You're not that important. You're just a nobody now. All right? So you said, I forget whose panel it was now. Okay? It was probably Retro's, by the way. And you said I'm up. You had it up to here with me. I'd like your grandmother's number so I can so I can call her. Are you fucking kidding me? That was a while. That was weeks ago. But that was in response to something I said on my stream. Did I ever condone darling Nikki calling her father, Amy's father? Nope. But I understood why she did it. She wanted to get Amy help. Is that the way to get her help? I don't know about that. I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think Amy's going to get help. Especially if she has idiots like Retro Kitten enabling her. And other people, you know? So, yeah, this has 71. This has lagged on way too long. And here's the thing. All right. Darling Nikki says that she doesn't blame Tiffany for the lies that Amy told. I disagree. I blame them both. Now, Tiffany has her own mind. Okay. She could have decided, nah, I'm going to have some integrity and not go there. I'm actually going to have some integrity and I'm not going to drag someone for their childhood essay. I'm not going to call them a liar because I have no proof of it. I'm not going to violate TOS and go after a essay victim. But because Tiffany's a troll and she likes to stir the pot, she found it as, in my opinion, the perfect opportunity. I don't think Tiffany believed a word of it. I just think she was looking for an excuse. Do I think that Tiffany likes Amy? Nah. They're using one another. That's what they do over there. It's called hate bonding. That's what they do. Oh, can you go after someone for me? Sure. No. I don't really think that they actually like. Yeah, that's what they do best over there, Mike. That's what they do best, and even CJ. That's what she does. You never know where CJ stands on anything because she sits there and takes a poll and she flops over to whatever position is popular. She doesn't have a actual position of her own, for fuck's sakes. She's never genuine. Oh, she's never genuine about anything. So then you have CJ that's mad at this person and mad at that person. And he says, "Oh, I know it will. I know. I'll show this person and that person. I'll go different. That will show them." And I think that, and to be honest with you, I think that's what Tiffany counts on. That extends her stay over here. It's like, okay, this one breaks up or this one breaks up. Tiffany comes right, swooping right back in, say, "Oh." I think Tiffany just sits there and laughs at all the trouble she causes. And you know what I do, Tiff? I'd laugh at all your bullshit. I'd laugh at all your minion stupidity. Okay? We laugh at you. We laugh at your turkey neck. Even. Looks like you need to gain some weight, hon. But what do I know, right? You just tell everyone I don't know anything about anything. Isn't that what you do along with Amy? Tiff. So let's just not talk about them anymore. All right, for now. So I heard there's been fireworks in Ottawa. In Parliament. So I was watching a few videos. So Justin Trudeau had what we would call in the US his version of an impeachment trial. So in Canada, from what I'm gathering, the people don't elect their prime minister. They just elect people in parliament and they elect the prime minister. So instead of an impeachment trial of sorts in a parliamentary system, what they did was they filed a motion of non-confidence. So what that means practically is they have no confidence in the prime minister and his government. So this is the third one filed against Justin Trudeau, and it failed. They tried to remove him from office again. And I was like, okay. But there was a lot of MPs that flipped. So it may have not succeeded, but there was a lot of people that voted to oust him this time, and there just wasn't enough votes. So that was pretty interesting. I was watching the news out of Ottawa, and I was like, okay, Trudeau's not that popular among the people either. So I'm hearing a prediction that Trudeau isn't even going to be elected by Parliament coming in 2025. Either they're going to either his party isn't going to win the election. That's what current polls are suggesting, or it's going to be a hung parliament where they're going to have to make concessions, and one of the concessions may be no Trudeau. So we'll see what happens in Canada. So there was one thing I wanted to talk about that Darling Nikki talked about with Aang. This was a week or so ago. I asked for a link, and I think she wasn't paying attention to her chat. It's all right, Nikki. So they were talking about immigrants and STEM. They were dumbfounded on why they don't come to Canada, and they constantly want to come here to the US. Now, that's not 100% true, all right? So, in order for migrants to get to Canada, they have to cross the border illegally here. All right, practically. So, I used to live on the border with Canada. In fact, I didn't live too far from Nikki. I was on the U.S. side; she's on the Canadian side. So, when I was growing up, there were several places on the border that I used to go to often. One was under the border crossing on the river. So if you actually sit there for hours and hours, and you get lucky, I don't think you got to get lucky really. You just got to know what you're looking for. You'll see illegal crossings across the northern border. Happens plenty of times a day. And these were the days before 9/11. So I don't know how things work now. But I would see boats crossing the river and the lake without going through customs or immigration. It was an everyday occurrence. And the one time a boat did come right by me in the parking lot, the guy had a gun. I don't think he was here to have he was a criminal, obviously. And he had a vehicle to pick him up. It was quick. Okay. So he crosses the border illegally into the US, hops the boat the motorboat he was on with a gun, hops in the car and takes off. This happens every day. It's like when I see the stories on the southern border, I like say, what about the northern border? It's just as in my opinion dangerous as and the one time and then the one and then there were several times a year when migrants got caught on the railroad bridge across the river. Those have sensors on it. So that would be easy for the authorities to sort of catch. But here's the thing, all right? So several times, and then it depends on the time of year, actually. So in the winter, there's lots of ice in the river. Sometimes the mouth freezes over. And you would see people stupid, okay? You would see people walk across the ice. Now, it's very dangerous. You would think when Lake Erie is what you call frozen over, it's not actually frozen over. All right. It may be technically frozen over, but the ice thickness varies. Okay. It could be half an inch thick in some spots and then be 2 feet deep in another spot. The depth of the ice varies. So if you step in one of the real thin layers of the ice, you fall right through. And sometimes if it's cold enough, the hole freezes right back over. So they warn people, don't walk across the lake. Do people listen? No. They do it anyway. And why do they do it? Because we have a problem. It's not because they're dumb or anything. It's just because they might have a issue. They're banned from Canada. Canada won't let them in for some reason. So in the winter time, they walk across the ice and risk it. All right. But then if an accident happens, they're reported missing, and then they end up, it might take 18 months, 2 years for their body to come up on either shore, on the shoreline, even in the Niagara River. So even the Niagara River is dangerous. They have so many do not swim signs. It isn't funny. And you would think that the upper Niagara River is safe for part of the length. That isn't true because of the undertows that are created. That's just because of Niagara Falls, but because of the way the water splits off and everything. So there's like very few designated swimming places. So when you think about it, really, Canada does have a lot of places that you can inhabit. But a lot of people don't like the cold. It's that could be a reason, but a lot of places in Canada, especially in northern Canada, it's inhabited by indigenous Canadians that are the majority up there. So it's more complicated of an issue than just letting all these people in. In addition, plus a lot of these people want to just cross the border without checking in with Canadian Customs or Immigration Service. It makes things even more complicated. So what I'm saying, in my experience on the issue, it's like the majority of the people are not crossing just for immigration purposes. They're dodging immigration or customs for a reason. It's probably because a lot of them have criminal records or they're committing criminal activities. So, because Darling Nikki lives in Toronto, so she wouldn't see this stuff. She would just, and it probably wouldn't make her newscast, I don't think. They wouldn't be covering it, I don't think so. They wouldn't be covering oh, this person was found in the Lake Ontario on the beach. This person. That would probably be our news. So it's awfully easy to so it's a common occurrence in wintertime for people to go missing, and that's probably what they've done. So I've seen several people walking across the ice, and I said, wow. At least here's the thing, at least I didn't find a decapitated body in the river or the lake. That would have been even more scary. So, all right, everyone. I want to thank everyone for coming. My PayPal and Cash App are pinned to the top. So, Melody, use your brain for once. All right. Use your brain if you even have one. I'm skeptical if you even have one at this point, but hey, feel free. All right. Feel free to prove us wrong. You're always entitled to do that. So, all right, everyone. I'll see everyone later, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up. So, all right. Bye-bye.